In a world where politics has never been more divisive, two titans of ideological thought, Donald Trump and Joy Reid, took to the stage for a live televised debate that left the nation on edge. Trump, the bold and unapologetic figure of conservative values, faced off against Reid, the eloquent voice of progressive ideals. The air was electric with anticipation. Would this be the debate that redefined the political landscape? Or would it be another echo of the nation's polarized divide? As the cameras rolled, no one was prepared for what would unfold. The debate opened with a fiery monologue from Joy Reid, setting the tone for what would be an unrelenting ideological clash. Reid passionately argued that America is at a crossroads, a moment in history where the fight for social justice, environmental responsibility, and equity must take center stage. She accused conservative leadership of dragging the nation backward, clinging to outdated systems that marginalize the vulnerable. Trump, sitting confidently across the stage, responded with his characteristic bravado. He painted a picture of an America under siege, where progressive policies threaten traditional values, personal freedoms, and economic growth. They want to dismantle the very foundation of what makes this country great, he declared, his voice booming with conviction. The audience was split. On one side sat progressive thinkers cheering for Reid's articulate critique of systemic inequality. On the other, conservatives roared in approval of Trump's defense of American exceptionalism. The atmosphere in the studio was tense, with neither side willing to give an inch. Reid fired back, zeroing in on Trump's policies on immigration and health care. "How can you claim to represent the forgotten Americans?" she challenged, "when your policies disproportionately harm the very people you claim to champion?" Trump smirked, clearly relishing the opportunity to counter her claims. "Because, Joy," he retorted, "what we're doing is putting America first, something your side never seems to understand. We're creating jobs, securing borders, and putting power back where it belongs, with the American people." The ideological lines were drawn. This wasn't just a debate. It was a battle for the soul of the nation. The conversation took a sharp turn as Joy Reid brought up media responsibility. "Mr. Trump," she began, her tone measured but cutting, "your repeated attacks on the press undermine the very foundation of democracy. How can we move forward as a nation if we can't agree on what is true?" Trump leaned back in his chair, his expression one of calculated defiance. "The media," he began, pointing a finger for emphasis, "is the enemy of the people when it spreads lies and propaganda. They're not interested in truth. They're interested in controlling the narrative." Reid, unfazed, pressed him further. "The media holds power accountable. That's its job. But when leaders like you label it as fake, you erode public trust in one of our most critical institutions." The exchange escalated as Trump accused mainstream outlets of favoring progressive agendas, while Reid countered that conservative rhetoric often distorts facts to sow division. The crowd buzzed with energy, reacting to every pointed jab and counterpoint. Reid then turned to the impact of disinformation, emphasizing how it disproportionately affects vulnerable communities. When lies about elections and public health are spread unchecked, who suffers the most? Not the wealthy or powerful, but ordinary Americans. Trump shot back, accusing progressive figures like Reid of using the media to promote divisive identity politics. "You don't care about unity," he argued. "You care about power and control, and the media is your weapon of choice." This was more than a debate on media. It was a reflection of the larger battle over truth in a fragmented digital age. Joy Reid pivoted the discussion to one of the most pressing issues of our time: climate change. "Mr. Trump," she began, "your administration's environmental policies have been called disastrous. In a world facing rising seas, devastating wildfires, and record-breaking temperatures, how can you justify prioritizing corporate profits over planetary survival?" Trump's response was immediate and forceful. "What I prioritize is the American worker. We're not going to destroy our economy chasing some green utopia that doesn't exist. Climate alarmism is a tool to justify higher taxes and more government control." Reid leaned forward, her voice rising with passion. "This isn't alarmism. It's reality. The science is clear. If we don't act now, the consequences will be catastrophic, not just for our environment, but for our economy and national security." The debate intensified as Trump touted his administration's focus on energy independence and deregulation, while Reid highlighted the opportunities in renewable energy. "Green jobs," she argued, "aren't just about saving the planet. They're about creating a sustainable future for American families." The clash wasn't just about policy, it was about vision. Trump's defense of traditional industries resonated with those who felt left behind by globalization, while Reid's call for urgent action appealed to younger generations and environmental activists. The final segment of the debate focused on social justice, a topic that brought the ideological divide into sharpest relief. Reid passionately argued for systemic reform, from healthcare to criminal justice, calling out the disparities that disproportionately affect marginalized communities. "America's greatness," she declared, "is not measured by its wealth, but by how it treats its most vulnerable citizens." Trump countered with his vision of the American dream, emphasizing personal responsibility and the dangers of government overreach. "We're a nation of opportunity," he said, "but opportunity doesn't mean handing out free passes. It means creating an environment where anyone can succeed if they work hard enough." The audience was visibly engaged, reacting audibly to each point. Reid took the opportunity to call out policies she claimed perpetuate inequality. "It's not enough to say people should work hard when systemic barriers exist to keep them from succeeding." Trump pushed back, arguing that progressive policies create dependency and stifle innovation. "We're not here to hand out participation trophies," he quipped. "We're here to empower people to achieve greatness on their own terms." As the debate drew to a close, it was clear this wasn't just a clash of ideas, it was a clash of visions for America's future. Reid and Trump had laid bare the ideological chasm that defines modern politics. Both had moments of triumph, and both had moments that would spark fierce debate in the days to come. The aftermath was immediate. Social media exploded with clips of the most intense exchanges, each side claiming victory. Analysts dissected the debate on every platform, and ordinary citizens found themselves once again grappling with the questions that define our times. In the end, this debate wasn't just about Trump and Reid. It was about America, its challenges, and its aspirations. And for better or worse, the conversation they started would resonate far beyond the walls of that studio.